Hello, my name is Anastasia Ingram, and today I'm going to be explaining what foreign policy is to the United States and what its importance is for us as American citizens. And then I'm going to be switching gears a little bit later about our most current event that has directly affected our foreign policy. So for starters, what is foreign policy? So foreign policy is as simple as the government's strategy on how to handle other countries. How do we deal with them? And to keep in mind, we have three main goals. Our first goal is security. Security meaning how exactly do we take care of our nation as a whole, and how do we protect our people? Some good examples would be the military, and another good example would be borders. Second would be prosperity. Prosperity is our nation's success in a social status. So a big policy that we do hold near and dear would be the pursuit of fair, free, and reciprocal trade. That's a good example right there. And then the final one would be the better world. Clearly, we want to unify, not, see eye level on politics, but unify as in how do we work together? Can we work together? How do we do this? So with keeping those three main goals inside this policy in mind, security, prosperity, and a better world, let's switch over to what is going on. Well, November 8th, the U.S. News had reported that the top admiral from the HALEX Forum had warned the administration about the most current threats from China. Back in March of this year, we had seen that Taiwan was being threatened to be invaded by China, the Chinese President Xi. And when he had ordered fighter jet planes over the country, at that point, our administration didn't really retaliate. And since then, it's just been constant threats and threats and threats since that point. And now, the head of the U.S. Indo-Pacific Command has urged even the allies to act with urgency because China has expressed aggressive military actions towards the countries and the territories, point blank, period. So we need to act fast, and it's important because the Chinese military had mentioned they are working on enhancing their fighter jets, enhancing their military, and enhancing their subs, their aircrafts, and their ballistic missiles. And in response, we basically said, we're just going to open waters to avoid conflict. So we're trying to stay neutral. But what's interesting is, to me, is that it just shows how when other countries threaten us, the most that we do is we become weaker to this, which sets us in a mode where we kind of are vulnerable to other countries when that's not what we should be doing. So in my opinion, we should have never freed the waters, and we should have actually been more on everybody, especially when there are threats to our direct territories. Essentially, it's putting those that we consider our allies in jeopardy of invasion and much more crazier things. So in all, I personally would suggest that we monitor these Chinese military, and any military for that matter, that sets fear in us or tries to, and we involve ourselves by tracking every action. What are you doing? Why are you here? And what is your ultimate goal? And when we can figure out those three things, then that allows us to protect our foreign policy against invaders to harm the American people. We don't want that. So why would we be okay with receiving that? So essentially, this is a policy situation that needs to be addressed. And the only way we can do it would be to watch the actions of these people. And unfortunately, I think the major issue, if the world ran my way, the major issue from this would be the fact that they're going to fight back. They're just going to. Or if they don't fight back, they're going to see that there is sternness within our administration and sternness within our country, that we're not going to just allow them to invade. The more that we allow our freedoms to just be handed over, the easier it is for us to become the same level as other countries and as other people living in communistic countries. So that's why it's important. I hope you enjoyed this little bit of my current event, and I look forward to hearing back from everybody soon.